If you woke up tomorrow and were able to move things with your mind, how would you use this ability? I'd probably do everything remotely from my bed for like a week straight, and a week after I would get so bored I'd decide to get up, but I would struggle to use my body at all. Then you move your body with your mind. I already do that. Whoa. 13-year-old moment. This wasn't that funny. Stop upvoting it, you crackheads. Stop driving. Flying carpet for me. Keep driving. In the air. No more traffic. Guys, just move yourself up with your mind. Ooh, monsieur, you're flying. I would probably use my telekinesis to pluck the hair on my back that I cannot comfortably reach with tweezers. After that, I would eat chips without getting my fingers covered in stuff. Oh, and I would probably also use it to close the blinds if there was a glare on the television. Use chopsticks for the chips, not back hair. I would go back to sleep. That's a good answer. You just don't give a shit. Nothing really matters. I'd use it to move my legs. Get rich and act like I don't know nobody. But you gotta blow up first. Buy anything expensive that is sold in weight. Make it lighter when I buy it and later on make it heavier when I sell it. Sir, I think 1,300 bananas cost more than £1 and 47 pence. Look at this big brain response right here. Do the old dollar on a string on the sidewalk trick but without the string. You can do that inside your house without getting infected. I'd start up a moving company. Specialize in moving safes and pianos. Maximize time to profit ratio. No need to waste your time moving lamps for pennies. Me? I'm aiming bigger. Elon Musk will launch your satellite for $2 million per kilogram. I'll do it for $500,000. If you really want to maximize profits, get into anything that would normally require a helicopter crane. Or better yet, market yourself as being able to lift things a helicopter crane couldn't. I would use it convincing one naive person that I was getting stronger and that I must be stopped, thereby giving myself an arch-enemy. I've always wanted one. I'd kinda hope that someone would become so fascinated by me that they'd spend every waking moment trying to replicate my power, and when they do they'll make it their prime objective to put me in the ground because they want to be the only one left with such power. Honestly, I'd have a hands-free morning wank. If you try hard enough you can probably do that without powers. Probably just make my life easier. Forgot to close the fridge. Shut it with my mind. Forgot to close a door? Fixed. And other useless shit. Edit. Thanks for all of the cake day wishes. This is my first year so I'm still learning. Who forgets to close the fridge? I think I never forgot to do that. No offense. Edit. The amount of people who forget to close the fridge is higher than I thought it would be. We do, well, kind of. Our fridge is quite old and sometimes when you close it, it kind of just hangs ajar. Many times one of us has been drifting off to sleep and then is the fridge door closed properly? You can actually blame your floor here. Old floors will sag toward the direction with the least support, so gravity then pulls the door open. But most fridges have adjustable feet where you make it tilt properly backward against minor forward inclines. This doesn't need to keep you up at night. Just fix gravity. Mess with my coworkers. Move objects a few inches to the left or right of where they left them, monsieur, things like that. Give myself the remote without moving from the couch. Just like I would pretend to do as a kid. Make every shot in basketball. Probably easier to make money in golf. Place phone camera facing the back of my head. Cast the live stream to my TV. Then use my new ability to control a pair of scissors to cut the hair on the back of my head. So like the stitching scene in X-Men where Magneto is sticking a wound on the back of his head with a metal needle. The most unique one so far. I would use it to make my movement a little harder, so my muscles will get used to it and I get stronger. It is good practice for new power too. In the same vein, you could probably use the telekinesis to make little tears in your muscle fibers, so you can build muscle without doing anything at all. Massage them afterwards and engage neurons for faster recovery. It's not quite the same because there's a difference between microtrauma due to overload and microtrauma inflicted just because. The former sees an increase in muscle because the body is responding to the stress placed on it. The latter just sees the wounds heal as per normal because there was no overload. Interesting idea though. I don't go to parties. Use it to move people 1.5 meters, 6 feet, or 1 alligator away from me. Whatever your preferred method of measurement is. A bald eagle's wingspan, 1/27th of the length an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Slightly turn a statue like the Statue of Liberty day by a certain degree until somebody starts to notice, and the rinse and repeat on other famous statues. Edit. Thanks for the silver award, kind stranger. Smiling face with smiling eyes. This is the best one. That is until the Statue of Liberty just cracks and falls over. Tap that one friend on his other shoulder without having to move my hand over there. And make him think you're a ghost. 1. Go to a casino. 2. Flip all the roulette, blackjack, craps tables simultaneously. 3. Profit. I've worked at a casino. You'd get tossed after 2. Maybe 1, depending where you're at. Wait, 1? That's like saying you're not supposed to win there. Ha ha ha, you're not. As my dad always told me growing up, you don't see casinos going out of business. Unless you're just a terrible businessman, I guess. Edit. Okay, I added the last line to hedge my bets against people mentioning Trump. But I clearly didn't go far enough. Yes, casinos are a business and can go out of business if they're poorly managed or run out of revenue streams. Same as any business. Don't take this literally. Take it for the lesson behind it. Casinos wouldn't exist if they lost more than they won. Day to day it would be a third armature. I would use it to move around my mouse so that I can work faster by not having to get my hands off of the keyboard. I'd try to get on America's Got Talent. I'd go on doing a singing routine. And when they start to give me the red X's, that's when I'd start levitating over the effing stage. Or use someone's drink to press the golden buzzer. Oh, I like that one. Then save the levitation for the later rounds and still be able to surprise the monsieur. Get rich ASF. What about roulette? You literally have to just move the ball. Definitely the quickest and most straightforward option. You wouldn't be able to do it very frequently because casinos would catch on. You could switch to horse race betting since you could influence the speed of the horses. Or golf. Well, I think you need to establish routine. You decide how much you want to earn before going to the casino, and once you are there you just play. The best would be to win the amount you want to win all in a single shot after winning for a while. No one would suspect about it. After this you just leave and change casino. You then establish how much you want to earn in the second casino. Something way low than previously. You show yourself there few times. Losing. You get them to know yourself for a while and then bang. You win. You can repeat it as many times you want. You can ALSP change state in order to not arise any suspect. Otherwise, why just bet? I like this sport. What's the name? Golf. Well, I guess would be a shame if an underdog would arrive and win every single game, since you know I can move the ball with my mind. Lot of uses, my friend. It would be messed up, but randomly drop a boxer's hands to his sides for a second. Boom, you win. IDK, but I'm getting pretty lazy, I'll tell you that. Massage my shoulders and back. I'm an apex predator. I love to chronicle. Establish how small units of matter I can move. With practice moving protons, neutrons and electrons around to create valuable elements. Platinum. From invaluable ones. Carbon. Make complex molecules the world has never seen before. Like solid-state graphene matrix for batteries. Buckyballs that contain drugs that can be time-released and cross the blood-brain barrier. Make kids fall off bikes. Man, I could watch that all day. Wouldn't that be dangerous if you start fusing and fissioning molecular bonds at the electron, neutron level. Depends on the scale and if anything would go into a chain reaction. If you're just doing one molecule you probably wouldn't notice anything. You also would accomplish nothing. Even if you did 1,000 atoms per second it would take years before you notice anything. 1 mole of platinum weighs 78 grams. Platinum costs $23.81 per gram a year. If you created 1,000 atoms of platinum per second, you would be making 1,000. 6.022 times 10 to the 23 x 78 x $23.81 x 60 times 60 equals $1.11 times 10 to the minus 13 per hours. Or $1 every 1,028,206,030 years. How much focus do I need to put into this power? Because I'd love to make myself food by doing this while still playing video games. But if I have to completely focus on the task it may not work. I feel like it should require some fair amount of focus. 4. Fap without using my hands. Hey kids, wanna see a magic trick? Sir, this is a McDonald's. You can do that anyway. It's difficult though. Well, assuming in an ideal world where you know what wasn't going on. I'd like to go to public places and fuck with people. Floating chairs and tables at fast food places. Snapping of doll heads at toy stores. I just wanna cause a kerfuffle. And steal people's wallets too. Greater than and fuck with people. Me too. Greater than floating chairs and tables at fast food places. Snapping off doll heads at toy stores. Oh yeah? Totally meant that. I would take coronavirus and push it somewhere else. Push it into the sun. And do the same with all other pathogens while you're at it too. Cue to countless people being dragged by their lungs to outer space. I'd build a bigger bathroom. Monsieur, I know that sounds so small, but imagine a great-sized bathroom with no effort. IDK. You still have to buy everything and learn how to sew each task, then sit there and dedicate your mental attention to the tasks. Physical exertion is not what stops me from home improvement projects. I would move my standards up. The only possible way for him. Probably become a vigilante. Eventually go rogue and start killing people. Maybe pick up a nemesis along the way. Greater than maybe pick up a nemesis along the way. I like that you care about the environment and carpools to your hidden lair. I wouldn't. I don't want the foundation after me. It's okay to use it as long as you don't get caught. I'd forget about it. Keep doing things normally. Remember, do something novel just because I can. Get bored and do something else. And forget that I have it again. Picture of the black dude eating a slice of pizza with his mind. Finally become the Jedi you all deserve. Use it as I'm cooking. It'll be much easier now. To fuck with people. I also like to fuck people. You mean become a dildomancer with your own army of TK-controlled flying dick minions? Yes indeed. Move myself to the PC chair without having to walk there. A new era of procrastination has begun. Probably fly. I've always wanted to fly. I would move all the humans onto one little tiny island. Then kill anybody who wasn't social distancing. So, most of everyone? I approve. I was literally fantasizing about haunting my screaming, stompy upstairs neighbor with telekinesis a few hours ago. So that it push that shit to the limit. Can I lift heavy things? Can I push over an abandoned building and lift up its pile of rubble? Can I feel things with my mind, or do I perceive them with other senses? Could I use the ability to remote view things? Then I'd try interesting things. Can I make a shield by preventing atoms from moving through it? Could I create a volume of air for myself and be in space or underwater? Can I move myself? How fast? I'm an engineer. It's time to build a fucking spaceship. How about honing your skills to literally bend space-time and no longer be bound by mortal bonds? Shit. Might as well put it on the list to test, but I assume it's interacting with matter rather than things that aren't matter as we understand it. That's the fun thing of superpowers. It always seems like there's another level to it if you think in terms of when it's doing. I'd put a new meaning to the ghost hand. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.